welcome to episode 16 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z, sort of.
So on last episode, we rolled for category and got new Fist of the North Star, not Fist of the North Star. Now, to the best of my knowledge, from what I could tell, new Fist of the North Star is sort of like a reboot.
Yeah, it's...
Not an OVA. A typical OVA, because if you look at the wiki, it says it's an OVA, but a typical OVA is like a sequel or like a touch-up of the series just to get some closure.
Right.
But as far as I can tell, this is actually like a reimagining of it. They just made it again and condensed it into 3 hours.
Well, I've heard of Fist of the North Star before. Apparently you haven't, right?
No, I had heard of it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I never watched it. That's where the Nani thing on the internet came from.
I don't know.
You ever see the meme Nani?
No.
It's from the original Fist of the North Star, not New Fist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the story was adapted. I didn't actually read this part ahead of time.
That's okay.
It came out in English in 2004. We'll just go for there.
Alright, that's fine. So, I've never watched this original series either, so we're just judging this solely based on this.
Yeah, just on this. Never seen the original.
I mean, I know of it, because it's been around forever, so It's like, I think this is the prototypical adult anime that everybody always goes to, so I guess let's jump in. What did you think of it?
It wasn't terrible for something that's older. It wasn't made in 2004. That's just when the English dubbed version came out. It's a little bit older. I think it was like 96 or something. So for something from that time period, it's probably around average. I don't think it was amazing.
No,
It had some serious issues.
I didn't like it.
Some character flaws. The ending plot didn't make any sense to me.
I didn't really like it. The gratuitous violence was pointless to me in this.
Yeah. I mean, post-apocalyptic world. Every post-apocalyptic world has a lot of violence.
I know, but usually the violence in it is, for a reason. This one just seemed to...
Yeah, Kenshiro, the hero, just liked killing people.
Well,
he really did.
No, I'm not even just talking about in story. I mean, just the fact that they drew the intestines out and everything else.
I don't mind
it
that
just
so
seemed
much.
a little over much for no plot reasons.
Yeah. I'm sure that was in the original. I don't know for sure. But I'm sure it was. But typically, so like I've seen the original Berserk series, I own it, and then I've seen the newer, same deal with this, reimagined movies that they made. And the movies were very gory, and don't get me wrong, the original was a bit gory, but the movies were like especially in detail. So I think it's just because it's a movie, and movies have more budgets, have much bigger budgets, so they can do more.
That's all fine and well, but I've never actually seen Berserk, so I know. But I'm sure the violence in that
gotta watch it.
I'm sure the violence in it is part of the story.
It's kind of similar. I mean, yeah, it is, but it is a bit similar to this, where it didn't have to be that grotesque.
Well, no, it didn't have to be that grotesque, but there was just straight up murder scenes in here that made no sense.
Yeah.
They're just out of nowhere.
So, real quick, premise: post-apocalyptic world. Kenshiro, I believe that's his name, is from a martial arts family, and
apparently, this one technique gets passed down to one person.
To one person throughout the family, but multiple people learn it.
But only
and then the winner...
the winner is the only one allowed to use it for some, apparently.
There's only one allowed to use it and go out in the world. So, like, some people will learn it, and then they'll still go out in the world, but they're not supposed to, and then they'll teach parts of it to other people. My only issue with this is that the martial arts, they explain in the beginning, as pressure points. Mm-hmm. But if you touch someone's pressure point and their head fucking explodes, it doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. He punches someone and their head explodes. He touches their back and their head explodes. He touches them on the forehead, their head explodes.
I took it as... I didn't really mind that part because I took it as, if you look at the design of the characters, Kenshiro is like this muscle-bound giant in comparison to everyone else. So So him hitting a pressure point, I just assumed was super, super, super powerful.
Well, sometimes he was just tapping them.
Yeah, well,
now, my only issue, I would be perfectly fine with this, because they say it's only pressure points. If they had, because later on they go a little bit about chi and chakra energies or whatever. If they had said that when he presses the pressure point, he's putting in his ki or whatever it is, then I'd buy it. Done. Fine. Perfectly cool with it. You have to give me a bit of a reason. Pressure points doesn't do it for me.
I didn't expect to be the one defending this one, because I didn't like this.
Pressure points just doesn't do it for me. It's bullshit.
That was the least offensive part of the show, considering there's...
Really?
Considering all the gratuitous murder, I'm assuming was an actual rape scene.
Yeah. They led on to it, and then you're led to believe that it happened.
And the forced slavery of the series, the fake theology creating of gods.
That was
the.
I like that. They could have done it better, but I liked it.
I'm just saying that the pressure point making no sense was the least.
Well, that's the crutch of the whole thing. I'm gonna touch you all over your skin, and your head's gonna explode. I can heal you. You've been stabbed or shot. Pump, pump, and it starts to heal immediately.
It's anime.
Which is fine if it's pressure points, but add I'm putting my energy into you. Do that shit and it's fine. I'll buy it. But they didn't do that.
I'm just saying, I was so preoccupied with all his other problems that I didn't even care or notice.
So, anyway, he's exploring the wasteland and...
Yeah, he's exploring the wasteland and comes across... I don't remember his name. The main protagonist.
He seemed like a cool dude. I liked him a lot until he turned into a prick.
Yeah, that was my problem with this too. In fact, I had no problem with the first episode mostly because it was pretty solid. The first episode, and then the second episode was nothing but filler. It was a filler episode,
yes.
And then the third series episode completely changed everyone's character and screwed up
everyone but Kenshiro changed.
Yeah, everybody's character changed, and plot points came out of nowhere, and the ending...
Yeah, you have to lead on to the plot points. So, for instance, the big bad guy, what's his name? Do you know his name?
Which one? The first
one?
The
last one. The last big bad guy.
The last big one, it was...
Keep going. Seiji?
Seiji, yeah.
Okay, so Seiji.
Yeah.
He was introduced at some point.
The other main character is Toby, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Toby's the guy we were talking about that we liked. Well, anyway, Seiji, so there's a plot point where the sort of main heroine is raped by Seiji. And... Alright,
but before we even get to that, we have to explain the first episode. His father is the...
Yeah, they didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I know.
They just showed it to you in a weird way.
Yeah, his father and
Seiji's
father, the main antagonist in this series, was in charge of this town that controls all the water. He's creating false gods to control the populace. He kidnaps the main the main girl protagonist, Sarah. Is it Sarah? I don't know.
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah, and because she's supposedly heals people, and she just does the martial arts pressure points for healing instead of killing people. And it was just pretty much Kenshiro rescuing her with Toby because they were kind of an item at that time.
Yeah.
And taking over the city and killing the big bad, which was fine. The first movie, like I said of it, wasn't bad at all. It was just...
Yeah, it was alright.
It set up everything. I didn't mind it. And then the second episode is where the rape scene happens. Go ahead.
Okay, so Seiji rapes Sarah.
Because he's coming to take over his father's city because his father abused them or whatnot.
Well, out of nowhere, she and they've had scenes before this where they met and he was sort of taking charge of her because he's the king now or whatever. Well, he goes to rape her and she notices he has scars on his neck.
That's what pissed me off.
And now my issue is that came out of nowhere. Now, when they introduced Seiji, if they showed the scars then. And in every shot with him up until then, I would have bought it. But you can't just be like, oh, out of nowhere, I have scars that weren't there before.
I actually think the scars were there in the original establishment shot.
Oh, yeah, maybe in the original, but not in this.
Well, no, I'm saying in the very first original establishment shot. Because you can see the light thing on there.
But in almost every single scene with him, you can't see him before or after.
I will give you, they're not predominantly shown. It's always off from an off angle, so you can't really see them
before and after.
So yeah, no.
The only time you can actually see him, and I'm not maybe when he was introduced, like you said, I have to go back and look at it. But even after she saw the scars, the only time you ever saw it is when it was brought attention to it. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not defending this because him saving her as a child as from
excuses rape
and murder exactly is stupid and really aggravating and annoying. And then this whole second episode, well, at the end of the first episode, there's two gods. The girl, he created the girl, and then
Toby's little brother.
Apparently Toby's little brother. Everybody seems to be gathering at this one now.
He's like a minor magician. He can sleight a hand and all that.
Yeah, but the Sechi's father kills him or tries to kill him with throws a candlestick into his chest. So the whole second episode is Kenshiro leaving the town, which obviously means someone's going to come into town. It's like, why are you fucking
Well, he did say the townspeople will rise up and protect you.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Bullshit.
They did not.
Everything was terrible until he showed up. What did make him think anything was going to be different? So he had to go up into the mountains for some reason.
No, so he goes in the mountains and he fights the clan that Seiji came from.
He's going up there to find a cure because the kid's got tetanus or some shit like that.
Well, long story short, he finds him, he fights some guys, he gets the cure, he comes back. Now, my big issue with this...
Alright, but before that, he goes up to the temple because Seiji came from that temple and was not allowed to leave the temple.
Yeah, so they've sent a couple people to try and get Seiji back.
They're descendants of the martial arts, too, that they're not allowed to leave because only Kenshiro is allowed to do it.
Yeah. So he comes back. Now, my issue with this is the timeline. It's made to look like a couple days, but then at the same time...
Oh, yeah.
When Sarah meets... towards the end of the last episode, when Sarah meets Kenshiro again, she's like, oh... You haven't changed. You're the same Kenshiro. Right. And it's like, well, how long has it been? Why would you even say that?
Yeah, because...
Has it been months?
No, actually, now that I think about it, they said at the end of the first episode that he has, 1 or 2 days to live. They had 1 or 2 days to get this cure.
And so much shit happened in between him leaving,
but
all this uprising and all kinds of crap
It's
happened.
like there was 2 different stories going on, because the Kenshiro storyline was him going up a mountain, fighting a couple guys, finding out that these guys are a defender of their orders and protecting the world from nukes for some reason.
Yeah.
And that all seemed like, okay, that's a day, but then Seiji comes into overthrows the entire town. I mean, granted, he's Kenshiro powers, so...
Yeah, he's a minor form of Kenshiro.
So he's kind of...
I get it. Him taking over is fine. That fast? No.
That happened real fast. And then
really fast.
And that was it was the whole second episode was just establishing what was his name? Seiji
as the new king.
The new leader, and it was practically nothing but a filler episode, because you're just waiting for the whole time for Kenshiro to come back and kill him.
The timeline was killing me though.
Yeah,
it didn't make any sense.
Just like, none of this would have happened if Kenshiro was there. This would have been done and over with. Mm-hmm. This was pointless. And then the whole third episode, my God, everybody's character changed. Toby was a good guy up until this episode,
and he completely changed to this manic, deranged dude that's with killing people.
When Seiji took over the town, he threw him and his brother into a prison. So he escaped.
While his brother's dying.
Yeah, so he escapes the prison and lists the townspeople, because they still think his little brother's a god, to follow him. Now he's rising up to be a god, and he's trying to take over the city and stuff like that.
They're fighting the guards.
And then Kenshiro comes back, and he was like, to help, and he was like, I knew you wouldn't see it my way. And
see what? He's gonna go kill Seiji, and everything's gonna be fucking fine. What do you mean he doesn't see it your way?
He traps Kenshiro in this gel-like thing that he can't get out of. I don't know why that's possible, but...
There's no pressure points on metal bars.
Okay. But he destroys the metal bars at some point.
They connect their chi. Well, it does look like it right before him and Sarah connect their chakra to break it.
Even before she shows up to save him, he punches the metal bars and destroys...
Well, that's what I was going to say. He punches the metal bars, and it looks like it's destroyed and he can walk out, but then it's not.
No, and then it falls right back down. It's like, I don't think metal bars work that way. So Toby's this deranged, religious god leader against another one. So it's like...
It just didn't make any sense to see what your way. He's going to go kill the big bad guy for you.
Yeah. And so by the time Seiji came in to pretty much kill him, I was like, good, I'm rooting for you to die at this point. Mm-hmm. And then Sarah, was sympathetic up until the point where she starts sympathizing with him. And it was just like, what is going on with this episode? The only one that stayed true to his character was Kenshiro.
Yeah, that's it. So at the end, Kenshiro pretty much beats Seiji.
Well,
and they're about to kill him. And now all of a sudden, Sarah's like, no, don't. Rape and murder means nothing. He has a good heart.
Oh, no. That's not even my worst thing.
Well, wait. And Kenshiro is okay with it. It gets to the point where he's not going to kill him.
Well, yeah, no, that's what...
What?
That's my biggest problem with this. So it was okay for Kenshiro to kill all those people up to this point. And this is my biggest... I hate this at the end of hero things. You kill all the underlings. They all have families and stuff too. But I'm not going to fall to your level at the end because you're the big bad. But you just killed everybody else.
Because apparently Seiji commits suicide. If he hadn't done that, what do you think would have happened if you had left him? Eventually, he would have went back to murdering people.
Right. And then,
it's not something innocent people do.
And Seji's mom appeared out of nowhere, too.
He's evil. Yeah, her aunt.
Aunt, whatever.
His aunt showed up.
And she wandered into a cave at one point.
Yeah, it was so weird.
I did not like this one.
A couple plot points made no sense. There was no lead up to it. It just happened.
And maybe a lot of this is explained in the original anime.
Yeah, I mean, they probably could have, because I'm assuming it was like 25 episodes or something like that. I don't know.
How long the first
So they would have had the time to flesh some of the plot points out.
And the worst part about this is it ends on a cliffhanger. It's like...
Yeah, what
was the point?
What happened to his car? He goes, at the very end, he goes to walk away into the desert. Where'd your car go, dude? You had a car for 3 fucking episodes. What happened to it?
I don't know, but what was the point of making these 3 episodes if you're only going to do 1 season of it?
Yeah, I mean, like, really... Oh, my biggest issue for the entire show is that there's never any tension.
Oh, no.
Kenshiro is God.
He is.
You can do nothing to him.
No, and even when they introduce...
You land a hit, it does nothing. Even though hits on other people, like punches to the face or gut or whatever, kills them, that doesn't. Not in Kenshiro. No. Although, what was funny? At one point earlier, when right when Seiji was about to rape Sarah, I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. She presses on his pressure point in the back, and he's like, "Ha ha ha! I've trained. Women and children can't hurt me." And then he proceeds to rape her.
I didn't even remember that point.
I'm really surprised you didn't bring that up.
I was so done with it. But I was so done with this right from the beginning. Right from the first exploded brain, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be one of those." This is like, you don't need...
Pressure points are pressure points. What do you mean women and children can't affect you?
Yeah, I know. It's just... When you see over-violence like this, I always look at that, it's just an excuse to not tell a good story.
Yeah.
So, it's like...
It was mediocre for its time.
Oh, it was mediocre, period. Not even for its time. I mean, I hear people really like this.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just because there's action and blood?
I guess.
Oh, titties at one point. In a rape scene.
Yeah, that was... I'm surprised there wasn't more nudity in this, honestly.
Yeah, that was a bit surprising.
Because I was actually really surprised with the over-top violence throughout the first episode, but you only get 1 pair of titties in the second episode.
That's it.
It's like, I mean, they show them a couple times, but it's like, okay.
Did they? I thought it was just the one time.
Well, no, because she's standing out on the
apron
cover,
like holding her arm and that's, one titty's out.
And that's when Toby sees her, and he's like, oh, she must have slept with him. And so, screw her. I don't want her anymore.
Yeah, that was odd. Toby ends up dying, by the way. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah. No, fuck him.
Kenshira's holding his hand as he's bleeding out.
Yeah, like, he forgives him.
Why didn't for story's sake, why didn't the healer go with him? Sarah. She said, we're going to do this together. I'm not going to let you do it alone. Where the fuck were you at when Toby was dying?
Well, I don't understand.
Pressure points.
Everybody else gets their heads chopped off or their stomachs. He gets 2 slashes across the back and... Just let him die. Why doesn't he get the gratuitous death violence?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess this was a quick one.
Well, now, yeah. There wasn't much to say to this. It was 3 episodes long. So, it was like, So, I mean, I guess, what are you giving it?
4 or 5, somewhere around there.
4 sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't 801 bad. It wasn't Koikaze bad. So, I mean...
Oh, God.
But it wasn't, like, average...
It was watchable.
It was watchable, but it wasn't, like, watchable like that.
If it was more, I probably wouldn't have been watching it. Like if it wasn't for this, and I was just watching it to enjoy myself.
Yeah, no.
I probably would have watched the first and maybe the second one, but not the third, because the second one was just wet.
I would have been done after the first 10 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would have watched past that. But, I mean, at the same time, it wasn't as good as, say, that samurai one we watched either.
Yes.
So it's not that good average. It's kind of like in low middle average, so to speak. So, all right, let's spin for O and see what we get.
Category O.
Letter O.
What do we got? One Piece.
Really?
Now, One Piece is gigantic. We obviously can't watch 900 episodes.
Right. So I guess we're gonna watch
the first or second arcs. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how far the first arc goes into it and see what it is. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, I've never actually seen One Piece. This is the one...
I'm not up to date on the episodes. For the episodes, for me, I'm assuming other people have seen this, so I'm just going to say where I'm at. Luffy's fighting Doflamingo, and he hasn't given out Gear 4th yet. In the manga, I'm completely up to date.
But so, I have no idea. I mean, I've watched all Dragon Ball Z. I've watched a lot of...
I'm a fan of One Piece.
I watched a lot of Naruto.
This is one of those similar animes that's very long and expensive.
Well, that's what I mean. This is one of the big three. That's why I'm saying I watched all Dragon Ball Z. I watched Naruto and like 100 episodes of Shippuden.
Gotta finish that.
So
it gets better towards the end.
I know. It's
just skip the filler. The filler sucks.
But you know, I we started doing this, and this kind of takes over for that. So, but I'm excited to see how One Piece does.
Let's do it. It sounds great.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Yeah, I haven't seen the first season of One Piece since like 2007.
Is this the first really popular one that we got?
What else have we seen? I can't quite. I think so. I think this is the first one that's really, really popular, not just in Japan but in America. Now, a couple of the other ones we've seen, I'm sure had a huge fan base, but nothing like One Piece or Dragon Ball Z or Bleach.
I got them all written down here. We did 801 TTS Airbats.
Definitely not popular.
Excel World.
I can see how that could be popular with people because it's connected to Sword Art.
Oh yeah, but
I never heard of it beforehand.
Well,
it's so loosely connected. It's Easter egg connected.
But it was before Sword Art.
No, it was after.
Was it?
Yeah, it was far after.
Oh, really?
Because they show the ancient, not the ancient.
No. I'm talking about released before. So
was it?
I believe
that. Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, it was definitely released.
But it's still connected to it.
But it's connected.
But Easter egg wise, like I said.
I like timeline wise, it's connected, but it was released before Sword Art.
I don't know.
Yeah. Blue Gender.
That was big, but nothing like this.
Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
No.
Divergence E.
Oh god, no.
Eden of the East, which was really good.
That was underrated for sure.
Yes. Fantastic Children. Oh my god. Hero no Kake.
I don't remember that one.
That one's the samurai one.
Was that the samurai with the chick? Oh no, that was the play samurai.
That's the play samurai.
Okay, that was okay.
Yeah, that was okay.
Boring.
No, actually, I'm wrong. Because Intrigue into the Batsuma was the samurai one. What the hell?
That was probably the other samurai one with the chick and the eye patch. No, that was Lovely Eye Patch. That was
Jubi-chan, the Lovely Eye Patch.
Forget it. Keep going. Obviously not that popular if you can't remember.
I have the names written down here.
Say them.
Kasuji. I have... There's a Sleep Guardian, a Head Guardian. Well, we're gonna have to look that one back up.
Just remember what we did.
That's pretty bad that we have no idea what that one was.
Alright, good.
Oh, the Tomoori Princess. It was the dating simulator one where she sees ghosts kind of
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
The guys are protecting her.
Yeah,
a group of boys that were really gay for each other.
It looked like a dating sim. And then it was Jubi-chan, the eye patch one. Mm-hmm. And then Koikaze.
Oh.
We can't forget that one. Then I did Little Busters.
Yeah, forget that too.
I actually like Little Busters.
You shouldn't.
I think you would actually like it. You might want to give that a chance. And it's after everything. And then the last one we did before this one was Master Mimi's Revenge.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, and then this one, obviously, that we just did.
Yeah,
so One Piece is next. This is the biggest, most popular one we've seen so far.
The one we were doing that we just did was pretty popular and big. Fist of the North Star.
Yes, it's not the same. It was big and popular for its time.
Right. No,
right, but if you look at if you could poll the fans, it's probably like 100,000 in the U.S. Whereas One Piece is millions.
Culturally, it's not as big as something like One Piece.
Yeah, but and if you ask people at One Piece, the Straw Hats, Luffy, just random people, people will know about it.
I mean, I know of the Straw Hat and Luffy, and I've never seen a single episode.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.